The Yellow Brick Road. This video does not reflect the actual views of real people. These are actors playing a role to entertain audiences. No persons or animals were harmed in the making of this video. Gosh, I love YouTube and I love Google.
Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road, also known as the Garden of Eden. I'm Jordan, this is James, and today we're going to talk about good, evil, and utopia, plus other topics like that Columbia student going apeshit, and Owen Benjamin, because I don't really know much, but I heard little things and I was interested, so why not do it live? No scripts here. I'm definitely not reading right now.
There's no man in the back telling me to do this.
Okay, so as you can see, Garden of Eden. We're blocking out nudity for children so they can watch our show. We can pander to certain audiences.
Oh, no.
No, I fucked up.
No!
Hold on.
Why? Why'd you have to do that?
Because we have an incoming call.
We do. We do?
We do.
Oh. Huh. Huh.
But I wasn't on the Google Hangouts page.
It wasn't?
I wasn't on the page.
Oh.
I forgot to do that first. Hang on, Toasted. Come on. Can you hear us? Is the volume?
Let's address the elephant in the room.
I'm going to call you, Toasted. Anything?
Hello?
Yes. You hear us?
Hello?
Toasted!
Yeah, what's up, my N-words?
My N-words.
Yeah, I can't say the actual word I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't tell your identity, so you can say it if you want.
It's okay. Yeah, I took an ancestry test, actually, 10% black. I don't know if it was good or not.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, because I have blonde hair, so I don't know how I got 10%, you know what I'm saying?
It's up to you. Can you say it?
You sure you could say?
You're more than welcome, Toasted.
Oh, for what?
Say the N-word.
Oh, okay, sure. Here.
Sure.
Here.
So what's up?
I'm not sure how to say this, but I want a TYT video, and I couldn't dislike it for some reason. I'm not trying to get conspiratorial, but do you think they actually fixed their like buttons, or?
That's possible.
Because
They fixed their
it was a sun. Yep.
I think that's very possible. You gotta listen, these guys are in like an ideological war in their minds, so they'd be willing to prop themselves up so that they can fight the great evil of Trump and his supporters. So I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Oh yeah, and also I noticed about these progressive YouTubers, they hate Jimmy Dore for some reason. Like, you know who Sam Cedar is?
Yeah.
He's in a fight with Jimmy Dore, I think, currently. I mean, or he was.
Yeah, we did a video on that.
Yeah. what's up with that? Is he becoming the next Dave Rubin? Like, what do they have against Jimmy Dore? Isn't he progressive? I'm confused.
Jimmy Dore is definitely a lefty, quote unquote lefty.
So what's the hatred? Why do they hate Jimmy Dore so much?
I don't know if it's hatred, but it's sort of a extreme team playing, to where.
Is it because he's not too much anti-Trump? Because I see his show. He's not that much anti-Trump.
No, that's not it. It's because Jimmy Dore criticizes people who call themselves Democrats, who, support some nefarious policies, and he calls them out on it. And the Sam Cedars and David Pakmans, they're thinking more like, we need to install this strategy to get our guys elected at some point. So we'll settle for Hillary Clinton now so we can get our super politician in the future.
Yeah, there's no room for that.
Isn't Cenk wasn't he pro Bernie Sanders, Cenk? You know what I'm saying?
They were all pro Bernie Sanders, but once he lost, they said, fuck, we gotta, re-strategize. So they were completely just went towards Hillary Clinton. They couldn't they couldn't go with Trump at all. It had to be purely anti-Trump. And their argument is lesser of two evils. That's their argument.
And that's weak. It's weak.
Yeah.
The thing I don't get about the TYT is why does it have so much credibility among leftists? I mean, like, it's like a cringy Infowars. It's not they're like, if you go on their page, they have many conspiracy theories like Infowars does. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of it's probably easy to digest.
Yeah.
I mean, their digestion, like, to say, like, I don't know, like, they say, like, Harvey Levin lied about TMZ is fake news. Like, there's digestion.
Well, this is what I mean.
Digestion of that.
Like, easy to digest is like, well, Trump's a racist. See? It's like, yeah, that's easy to understand. Yeah.
I mean, how's Trump a racist?
I'm not saying
Trump a racist.
I'm not saying that.
I mean, I know.
It's easy to digest. That's why they say stuff.
I know. Yeah. I know that, but why do people think that? Why has he ever done this racist?
You call me racist, dude?
No, what has Trump ever done this racist?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I think that they're running with the idea that, now, it's an idea that he is, because I don't know if he is or isn't, but they're running with the idea that he is one. And they're doing very simple things like insulting him, like, oh, he's orange, this and that, rather than getting to what he actually does, which is wrong, like selling weapons and funding groups that hurt people and all that stuff.
I think what Trump does is he speaks like freely off the top of his head quite a bit of times. So he'll end up exaggerating certain things and saying things that we usually don't hear from politicians. So people will read that as being racist against whatever specific group.
Yeah. I don't know. Many things happened this day. You heard about the whole Roe v. Wade thing about Kavanaugh. It turns out that he's not like what the liberals said. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna vote.
Well, I'm saying there was a stupid thing. Basically, apparently, it's against the Constitution to not fund Planned Parenthood, which I don't really get myself, whatever. But apparently, I knew this when Kavanaugh was elected. That's why I didn't really want him that much, because I knew he was pro-choice. If you search Wikipedia, you could tell that he was anti-overturning Roe v. Wade. But liberals did not like somebody left right of Cenk Uyghur. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
yeah,
the thing is, I don't even know what I want to say. I forgot. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Or James.
Yeah. I'm just messing around. But yeah, I don't really hold them up as credible sources, to be honest with you, because they'll do what I really hate on either side of the spectrum. That's team playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And the thing I don't get about this TYT is how do they have so much likes on their videos? They don't have like you know who Riley J. Dennis is?
Yeah.
He has loads of dislikes on his videos, but they have no dislikes on their videos. They even ones that are stupid.
A lot of that can be bots.
Do you think they actually buy viewers?
Yeah.
That'd be more of a far suspicion for me. I think
me
it's
too,
more.
but I can see how it's definitely possible.
I think it's more of groups outside of them that see that they're anti-Trump and then do that. Like maybe like a Media Matters or a group like that. That would.
Why doesn't PragerU do that? Because sometimes, occasionally, PragerU gets these videos, gets loads of dislikes on their videos. Why don't they buy likes?
I'm not sure, dude.
Isn't that illegal though?
Also, we're not sure if TYT buys likes.
Me either. I can just see how someone would do it. Just like how sometimes people can like get subscribers through bots.
Yeah.
They're not actual users, but they're bots.
I could easily see groups like strongly corporate Democrat favored groups outside of TYT making sure they prop up that channel because they like the ideas.
Yeah.
That could easily happen.
Well, funny thing I like about this Tim playing thing, you know who the progressive voice is? I think you have him like he's on the channel's recommended list, sort of.
Yeah.
The progressive voice. He team players a lot. He says that Dave Rubin is apparently a sellout because he gets funded by the Koch brothers. But how about the TYT getting funded by the Carter brothers and other leftist organizations, maybe like by the Soros? Why doesn't the progressive voice speak about that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's a team player for sure. From
From
the few content I've seen, I think he's trying to get in with like the main group of quote unquote progressives.
100%.
I don't like to do this really myself, but I don't get how does he have so much subscribers personally. I'm not saying because I don't see him. His speaking pattern is not as good. He stutters like I do when it comes to saying speech like that. I don't really see how he doesn't look handsome. What does he have to offer? How does he have any subscribers?
None of that should actually matter when it comes to ideas like this. But
yeah,
I think he walks a certain line as far as political lines, and that will get you viewership. All you have to do is say fuck Trump and I'll hold my nose and vote for Hillary.
Yeah, I get like this. It's a theory of mine. Like if we did that, we get a lot more subscribers.
Yeah,
fuck Trump.
I could definitely fake a personality for like.
Oh, I say fuck Trump, but then when I say why, a lot of people don't like it.
Right.
Same with Hillary.
I mean, why don't you guys have that many subscribers? I don't get that. You guys seem like decent. You guys don't stutter when you speak. Like, why don't you guys have loads of subscribers?
It's because of our white culture. No, it's because of
because James had an affair with the head of Google's wife, and
why is it always me?
He's just holding a grudge about it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
No, I really don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's my monotone voice.
We don't dance. My name is Jordan. I don't dance for you. No. Well, a big hand in it was for 6 months. We were suspended for some
what?
For like playing like a trailer.
We we were about to go see Black Panther, and what we were gonna do is do like a movie prediction and all that shit. And we played the trailer in the background, and then they cut us off right there, and then we were gone for 3 months.
New symbol for Levi should be the L. Let's just go like that.
I just did that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I literally went like that.
I went Levi.
Oh, right. So
what do you think about what happened with the Supreme Court? What do you think about Kavanaugh personally?
I think he's just a normal litigator, just a normal dude. That's what I think. There could be some other creepy things, but in his circles, they wouldn't call it creepy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did you see the war happened last night?
Well, the one thing I'm confused about is and I know this has to do with Tim playing too, is but the left, they complain about the NRA giving money to politicians, but Planned Parenthood gives way more money to the politicians than the NRA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's why you have guys like Jimmy Dore, who's like getting money out of politics. Period.
He's anti-Planned Parenthood too. I mean, he's anti-whatever. He criticizes because there's many criticisms of Planned Parenthood nobody talks about. I mean, they're sort of like the PETA of they're sort of like PETA, sort of. You know what I'm saying? I don't get how they have any support really.
Oh, they get government funding, right?
I don't get why they get government funding either. They just could give it to any other clinics. Why do they give it specifically to them? Because many clinics give them way more services and don't even give abortions. So why do they get all that money? And they get like $500 million, which is a lot of money. They don't even need that much money. They could survive on like $10 million or $1 million even. You don't need $500 million really for what they're doing. They're not like doing surgeries or,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like my conspiracy mind, especially after watching like a Corbett Report video, where it's like something where like eugenics and things like that.
Yeah, they just
Or,
they repackage it and put a new name on it.
Eugenics are lowering the population and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, funny thing about them is that they have the history of killing black people. I mean, their founder had some racists, spoke to the KKK, and which I don't get because if Trump would do the exact same thing, she spoke to the KKK women's group. If Trump would do the exact same thing, they would be calling him out on this, but they're not calling out Trump, her on this. I know it's a long time ago, but still, they call out Henry Ford for Ford. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's a weird gang of complications and conditioning and team playing. It's like a whole soup of fucking bad ideas, all playing together. All I don't know.
Meanwhile, one side will never like kind of go for the neck on the other, and vice versa. Because if they did, then a lot of their arguments will fall apart.
Yeah.
TYT goes for the neck a lot of times. They go
Not
for the neck,
really.
I see.
I mean, I think most of those guys believe the Russia shit is bullshit.
Yeah.
And they're sort of holding it up so that
Yeah.
I mean, the one with
whatever
they go off the neck when it came to Milo and Sargon. They really went for the neck with him. He's probably now they ruined his life sort of because after they suspended his Patreon account, they ruined his whole livelihood. You know what I'm saying?
you mean like quote unquote the left? You don't mean
Yeah,
TYT,
they
right?
ruined. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, sort of like all of them. Therefore censoring people on Google because they believe it's a private company. I'm saying it's in quotations, but they don't believe in private. I'm really surprised about this, which just goes back to team playing. Is they don't believe in private companies. I mean, they do, but they believe in heavy restrictions. But when it comes to censorship, they don't believe in. They believe in heavy restrictions, and they don't. They believe in laissez-faire on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a weird one because it's clearly seems like team playing and they're being biased towards certain ideas as far as like the social networks and who they're choosing to ban and who they're not choosing to ban. But once again, my conspiracy mind goes off as in because you'll see a lot of these guys bragging about being banned. Like, it sounds like they're bragging about it.
It's like, I did something right. There's a reason they're afraid to hear me talk.
And then it turns into that, to where it's like, were their ideas that good in the first place?
Yeah.
Like Alex Jones talking about interdimensional beings controlling politicians who do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, are they really going to hold up in a, whatever, political arena?
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Sorry for interrupting you. Again, I'm sorry.
You'll be punished.
Sorry sometimes. Yeah. So about Alex Jones, the thing is, they do like with Alex Jones, Milo, they went for the neck really. I mean, they call them racist, which I have watched Alex Jones for a long time. He never said anything racist in my life. I actually hear the show, never said anything racist.
I never heard anything.
And Milo, I don't get how do they label him as a racist. They went for the neck for him.
Milo's just a provocateur. That's all he is.
Yeah, he's sort of like I'm not as big as him, but he's a troll sort of. He likes to stir things up.
He plays games with people who play games.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me. Real quick, let me get to some of the comments. Levi says, you guys see Alex Jones crash Google hearing? Shit was funny as fuck.
I didn't see that.
I read about it. I heard a little bit about it. But I can just imagine what happened.
Yeah.
You're leftist and a globalist and... Tanya says, because they're ghosts. I think that's a reference to us.
Oh.
We're ghosts in a machine.
Because it's white.
And then Levi said, damn, handing L's to me. It's love, not losses. It's love.
Where's Matt Hunter?
I don't know.
We handed him a good smackdown, and he ran.
I'm surprised. Why does he like your show? Because isn't he like in a very right wing?
I think he
I mean, he
likes
likes
that.
charity.
I think he gets his rocks off and shit. No, I'm just.
I think he likes that he can speak freely, and we're not gonna like just ban him because we don't agree with
I
him.
will never ban. I like how he's very what's the word?
Adamant.
Adamant and consistent.
And yeah, you could say whatever as long as you have an idea behind it.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to call us names when you fucking type shit out, but you have a point to it, then fine. But if you're just name call,
It's like that. If it's just like you two are fags, it's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, no, you're just fags. Like, get rid of this guy. Like the other day, at the UFC stream, one guy's like, you two are gay. I'm like, get him, and they just went to town on him.
Yeah.
Savage. Levi too.
Did you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I had to just speak to my room. Yeah, anyways, kind of funny story. Can I tell you a funny story? What's happening? Sort of in my college life, sort of.
Go ahead.
Sure. So I have this new roommate. The problem is, I don't know how I don't know if I should tell him or not. He wants to be an Instagram model. He likes to send his pictures on Instagram. But the thing is, he's not really that handsome. He looks like sort of like an anorexic. What's the name of that the African American one?
Who? What?
What's the I used your name James, the one with the dark skin?
Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan. Sorry, yeah. Jordan.
I'm James.
Sorry. I didn't. Anyways, he looks like an anorexic version of you. Not saying you're not handsome, but he looks very skinny. I don't think he's a model. Should I break it to him? You know what I'm saying, or not?
Oh.
First off, I'm a little insulted right now.
What?
I'm a little insulted. What do I do?
So you're saying he's not handsome because he's black?
No, he just looks. He looks very anorexic. He looks like he's on crack.
Fuck.
Maybe he can get that skinny thing going like.
I mean,
I'll say
I'm
this.
skinny.
Do you feel the wind
I'm
blowing?
skinny too. That's why I'm skinny too. That's why I'm not a model. I mean, I look like I'm on crack too. I don't do crack. I only do weed. But yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I'll say this. There's someone in the market for apparently crack-addicted looking people.
Sure.
Right.
I think there's everyone for everyone, man. There's somebody for everyone.
Well, let me show you a picture of him. Would that be against the violations?
What was that?
Show you a picture of him, or?
Nah, don't show a picture of him, man.
Okay, fine.
Don't do
He
that.
looks very. Looks. I don't know how to explain. You know, who's a very skinny person? He looks like. I don't know. He looks very.
Urkel?
Thin. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't like Instagram models, me personally. They get me on my nerves.
Hey man, it's just a show.
All right,
Yeah.
let me read these comments, then we'll sort of get into the discussion. You can join in with us. All right.
If you tone down the racist comments.
Stop calling me ugly. We'll let you say. All right. Pyramid 7 says, yo, 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 as usual. Salute the pyramid. Levi, LOL. Pyramid says, buddy of mine is going on Owen Benjamin show. That's racist, caller. Jesus tits. What the
I'm not
fuck?
racist. I'm not racist. I'm 10% black. I can't be racist.
Jesus tits.
You're a self-hating black man. That's what you are.
I'm going to be using that for now on.
You guys
Pyramid.
say you
Please don't
guys
sue me
all
for-
look the same to these type of guys.
Okay, it doesn't mean I'm racist. I mean, idea of black women.
He's joking. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous.
I'm not
Darcy.
nervous.
He's
I'm just
joking.
saying, I dated a black woman until she broke up with me because she had the religion thing. But you know what I'm saying? Not racist. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay. It's all right,
Okay.
man. Hey, I mean,
You know what I'm
hey,
saying? Yeah.
there was a KKK member that had a black wife. You know,
Well,
just strive for
there
that.
is.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That's not actually funny. It's actually funny joke. You know what I'm saying?
Vera says Obama was half white too.
Yeah, he was halfway.
Obama's a fucking punk, man.
I think Obama's like half and half, like the whitest of the whitest and the blackest of the blackest. Right? Dad from Africa.
Yeah.
Mom from like Midwest America.
Yeah.
Kansas or some shit.
Yeah. It's like Mrs. Brady meets, I don't know. Somebody's really,
Kunta
what?
Kinte.
No, Wesley Snipes. Kunta Kinte. Fuck. What's your name?
Alright, so our leading topic is good, evil, and utopia. Is any of this possible? And what are these things? James, go ahead.
I mean, just a quick question. Do you think it's possible?
We'll get to that. First, we got to go through good and evil.
Making the
Yes, sir.
timestamps, you start. Making the timestamps, you start.
Okay. Good versus evil. Now, in simple terms, if I was talking to someone who already studied these things, and also who already knows themselves, I would say something simple like, good is fullness, evil is emptiness. Now, what do I mean by that? Good is where you can bring your whole self to the party, basically. Any action you do, my entire self can go along with it. Evil would be more of, I do an action, let's say, I can bring my anger along, but I can't bring my happiness, and I can't bring my morality with me. Mm-hmm. See how it turns into an empty type of action? There's empty space there.
Yeah.
Well, I have a quick thing about good and evil that makes me wondering, if what's makes somebody good or evil? If a person is born evil, is he really evil because he had really no choice? Like people that are born psychopaths, are they really evil because they have really no choice? You know what I'm saying?
I would say they're not born evil.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's environment. I believe anybody could be as what they want, as if they, whatever they want, you could be. You know what I'm saying?
I think people can be shaped by, make choices definitely while experiencing certain things.
Well, I tend to differ from everybody in this. I mean, I believe that people say the surroundings. If somebody has a bad, I believe that anybody could do anything as much as they're possible, and their only failures is because they're lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
when people fail, it's because they're lazy. Like, people complain that they're not rich, they don't have money. You could be rich, you just don't want to do the stuff to be rich. If you really want to do, you can study for 18 hours a day, but you don't want to do it. You don't want to be rich enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be muscular too, but that doesn't make me want to do push-ups. That's why I'm skinny as anything. You know what I'm saying?
To a certain degree, yeah. It's just more of like, why? Why any of that? Why be rich? Why be muscular? Why any of that, you know?
Because it doesn't just have to be purely, it is immoral, but it doesn't have to be exactly how we define immoral. Like, if a person really wants to be a dancer, but their society is pressuring them to be a basketball player, it's like, they go and pursue basketball, and then certain parts of that choice are left empty. They're not bringing their full selves to the table.
I'm not saying people can't be a product of their environment, but I'm not going to exclude choice out of that.
Yeah.
It's, you were raised here, where, let's say like drug deals are the norm and all these things happen. Fights are normal, Does that give you the right to conform to this?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. You can still make the choice.
Mm-hmm.
You can still have the distinction between good, what's the right thing to do versus what's the wrong thing to do. You still
I agree. I agree with what you're saying, but most sides, this will not get. I believe this is a centrist view because the right believes that sort of like people are born evil. The left believes that it's all based on environment. I believe that's in between. You know what I'm saying? I believe that you could do whatever you want to as long as you're not lazy enough. You know what I'm saying?
To some degree, yeah. I mean I might take more of a sort of fatalistic approach to it, as in sometimes things are meant to be a certain way. I don't mean who you are. I just mean like the circumstances you're in. Right? You could really desire to be like a basketball player, but if a missile hits your fucking country and blows your legs off, it's like you still have the thing of a basketball player within you, but externally you can't really express it that way.
Well, this is one of the biggest debates that they have is why is it that I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but black people, they're failing in life. Many right-wing people assume.
Fuck.
I'm not trying to like many. I'm saying it's a many like not all. You know what I'm saying, right? So it's either people alt right says that they're stupid, and the alt left says that it's discrimination. I hope that's none. It's just that the reason why they're failing is because they have a culture of laziness. If we get rid of it, because no person is failing because they're stupid on something. Let's get real. It's because most people that you see everybody in class that was a stupid person was because they were lazy, because they didn't do their homework. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, but I will disagree with you because there are different standards set, right? If you're a kid and your dream is to be, I don't know, a superhero or something, the external world's not going to provide for you to be that.
Yeah.
They're not going to push you to be that. They're going to say, go to school and get your straight A's, then you can be something. And it's a lockstep of careers. That's not, being a superhero is not really a career like that. Right? There's no college for it.
Sorry. I mean, like, if I really wanted to, if you would shoot shots 18 hours a day when you were a kid, you would be very good at shooting basketballs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, but you don't want to do it. The thing is, you don't want to do that, really. You don't want to do it enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, what if there's some sort of thing you want to do that isn't, wrapped in a blanket by society?
Yeah.
That isn't like, nurturing that idea of a career or whatever. Some things don't even need money. So it's like, how are you going to be that and also not live on the street at the same time? You'll end up having to sacrifice at some point, at least in this society, the way we have it.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
All right, let me read some comments here. Or is that where I left off? Good brought self from Pyramid 7. Good brought self without omission. Good brought self without omission. I like that. Fucking I think that's two things I'm stealing from Pyramid.
Yeah.
That line and also Jesus tits.
I'm stealing the dad from Good Times.
Props to their environments despite free will. And I'm not going to read that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very, like, you almost seem contradictory, right? Product of your environment, but you have free will at the same time. I don't know.
I mean, everybody, if somebody's born in the hood, do you think it's bad that you killed somebody? Still,
what?
You still go to jail. Doesn't matter if you're born in the hood. If you do something, you still are, because even like people that are born in the hood, they may, even if you steal something, the police won't say you're born in a bad environment. No, they say that you had a choice. You could still not steal, but you just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to put this. I'm not trying to make a word salad out of this. You know what I'm saying?
You mean like it's in the culture to steal? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but you're still guilty for it. You can still get out of the culture if you want to. You just didn't want it that much. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's really ever like brought to the table as far as why. So let's say, fuck, I got a baby, I got no money, they're hungry, or whatever the fuck. I gotta get money. I gotta get some money.
Well, just get a job. Then get a job.
Record.
You could get any job if you want to. You want to clean up bathrooms.
Let's say he can't get a job.
Why can't you get a job?
Well, I'm saying, let's say he couldn't.
Like, why not? Yeah, they give a job for literally anything. I mean,
criminal record. What else?
I mean, if somebody's really that.
What I'm saying is, why? Rarely is it ever like touched upon. I would say, as far as why did this guy or person feel they had to steal food or money?
Because I know why. Because they're lazy. Because they don't want to do the other stuff. They could, if they really wanted to, they could like try hard enough to get to a skill.
I don't know if it's his laziness.
Great in this market.
I don't think it's laziness. I think. Go ahead.
Well, some of it is laziness. I mean, they don't want to do the right. They don't want to try. They believe it's easier to steal than doing the right thing.
I don't exactly agree with that, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, like, if they really wanted to, if somebody goes out of jail, if you really wanted to, you could go to community college, study very hard, study 18 hours a day. But the person does not want it that much to study 18 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? He does not want to be rich that much.
Yeah, but there's the thing you're missing is, like, that romantic nature of, like, I think in these guys' minds, like, if you watch documentaries, these guys feel like they're, like, cowboys and shit. They're like, man, we're like the outlaws in the Wild West. Yeah. As opposed to sitting in a cubicle all day and getting paid the same amount of money.
I think they do that as an excuse, really. Like,
I
people
think
that
that's
blame
a
like
large part of I think that's a large part of the reason why they do it. They want to be outlaws.
Well,
They want to be
I think-
countercultural.
Oh, then there's
Of
like
course,
you
of
can
course.
talk about other
Of course,
countries
yeah.
as well, like the poor,
Yeah.
a poor person stealing food.
Yeah,
It's like look at the fucking thief. It's like, dude, they got nothing to eat.
yeah, and it's like, do you want to go out as a little bleep of a star, or do you want to go out with sparks flying and all that shit? So they might even just look at it just simply and practically.
Yeah.
Like do I just burn out or do I explode? Like which one?
Let's get back to reading the comments.
All right, back to the comments. Once you take care of the inside, the outside falls into place. Yes, but a little more complicated than that.
Well, the funny thing about what they're saying is that with the community, the black community especially, the hood, back in slavery time, it was more in style to have a family together. You're more likely to have a mom and a dad than right now. And one of the reasons I heard is because of welfare, because they encourage single motherhood these days, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons for failures, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard that argument about welfare, but the point is they don't want to have to work a job they don't care to do for money. So they'll, of course they'll take a government check to.
So it's like slavery in a way.
I think it's
people say that's not true.
I think it's dream chasing.
But I think it's
Better mop that floor. You're gonna starve.
Go ahead.
I believe that's true. Many people say that's not true, but I believe that's true. If you would go to college and they'll automatically give you an A, would you even try to do well?
There has to be motivation behind it.
Yeah, there has to be.
Exactly. So welfare does not give motivation, really.
If you take Kobe Bryant, right, and he has a certain intelligence with him and certain motivation behind him to pursue something that he wants to do. So like what basketball was to him, people don't take account the intelligence that goes into basketball and care for it rather than, well, you have to learn English, you have to learn science, Kobe. It's like, why can't you just learn basketball?
Well,
yeah, and there's
exactly.
nothing.
One of the biggest problems I have with the whole liberal tax thing is some of them want to tax people 50%, which will never happen because people somehow get through it. But if they really do that, people will just stop caring about wanting to make money. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's going to fall into that human nature argument, and I don't think there's really good footing there for that.
Yeah.
From that perspective.
We'll get to that soon.
All right, more comments. Tanya says, "That be."
That be.
I got you. Pyramid says, "You have to seek change, but you may not want change." Agreed. Fuck. I got lost.
We're gonna read through these and then we'll get back to it,
Tanya says, "Depends on what you've been told is good or bad. Constructs defined by language."
Yeah, but then there's internal feeling, so.
Yeah, there's that too.
Like, guys, this is good. Like, you're like, this doesn't feel right. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pyramid says, "Learning and changing is a self-driven task." 100% agree. If you want to change bad enough, you will do the work. It's Alan Watts, who's like a semi-famous philosopher and mystical whatever guy. He's goes to the point of work as play, as in when you're doing that type of work.
Yeah.
The thing you're really into, doesn't feel like work as far as how people define work. It feels more like you're playing, as a kid. Like, yeah, this is the thing I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's with whatever.
That's what it should be
discipline.
with everybody.
Yeah.
Pyramid 7. Maybe they're happy. Well, I don't know.
I think he's talking about like the
Oh,
guys
yeah,
who
yeah,
are
yeah.
poor and they rob and steal. Like maybe they're. I think in their minds they think they're like the Wild West Cowboys.
They're getting pleasure out of it.
Yeah, like we're outlaws.
Possibly.
We do this
Yeah.
shit.
Pyramid 7. Perhaps failing. Wait, failing, right?
Yeah.
Failing is in the eye of a beholder and is subjective. Possibly. Yeah. Yeah.
Once again, just gold.
Tanya, maybe it's just. Maybe it's just not judging yourself. Love the good and the bad.
But that's not well, for me, that's not exactly what I would define in the context of good and evil.
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with the self. Really.
Pyramid 7.
It's the stuff you throw away from the self, in a way.
But if you're a midget, ... I think it's the basketball thing. Tanya, feeling is a perspective of how you see things. Yeah. But
That's basically what Pyramid says.
Pyramid 7. Tanya, that's not directed toward me. Maybe instead of unrealistic expectations, you should switch it around as unlimited potential.
That's a perspective thing. I get that.
Doesn't have to be negative. Pyramid 7. What if his victim molested the shooter's daughter, and what if he stole to feed his baby?
It's a messy thing.
Yeah.
But stealing is still bad. Does not make it morally right. I mean, it might be, you know what I'm saying, but it doesn't make it right, though. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, Toasted. I agree with you on that.
Tanya says he had no problem with accountability. The infamous Matt Hunter. People don't normally steal to feed their babies. They normally steal to feed their crack cocaine habit.
Fuck.
And I wonder why. Pyramid 7.
I guess it's genetically
That's directed.
ingrained.
Well, there's... Alright, fuck. Yeah, you read them.
Should I read them?
No! We got it. I'm just joking around. We got it, man.
Where'd you go? Alright. Alright, that's to Tanya. That's to Matt. Saying that's not true is not an argument.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt. Did you unblock the...
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we can continue.
Alright. So again, where were we?
I was just laying out my semi-definition of good and evil using sort of metaphor.
Yeah.
So, you can go ahead now.
I just basically agreed with that. You know? It's like, how do I fall off with that?
What?
It's just basically like understanding, you know, the difference between what's right and what's wrong. People say, it's not that simple. Well, it is. It is that simple. Especially you don't have to have anybody tell that to you. You know? And it's also something that can't really be, you can't really make the excuse of, well, I was conditioned. I'm like, well, I would say there is an intuitive idea, you know?
Yes.
One quick thing I have a question about this whole good and evil thing is, how do we know what's good and evil, really? How is killing a dog different than killing a Down syndrome person if a dog has high right?
How's what?
How's killing a dog versus killing like
Different
a
than
Down
killing-
syndrome?
They're both shitty.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Also,
What's both? What do you mean?
They're both
Down syndrome, baby?
they're both shitty things. So I don't look at them as different.
I mean, do you agree with Dennis Prager that you could own that if without a god there's no morals? Do you agree with him on that?
Depends what he means by God.
I think Prager
Aditi.
means like a biblical god, I
Okay.
believe.
All right.
I mean, should I do the video?
Did we listen to this already? The Prager.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think Prager, once again, is inspired by religious texts when he says God. I'm not. I would mean something different by God.
Yeah.
And also, I believe it can't be dictated or expressed or whatever without the self, which would require a quote unquote supernatural or mystical or metaphysical idea behind it. But some people might call that God. I don't exactly.
Yeah. Well, one thing I always wondered is this. I know this is getting off a little bit topic, but why are scientists so against saying that there's a God? Why can't the God create the Big Bang or do all these stuff? Why are they so against the whole God thing?
I think what they saw was too many extremists from whatever sect of religion. They saw them and they said, "Wow, the cause of this must be religion." Believing in this made them so devoted to whatever idea or having to hurt other people. And I think that's why the atheists use that.
And it's unfortunate because you have two sides, right? You have the fundamentalists, and you have over here the scientists or the atheists on the most extreme side of the spectrums.
I think they're on the same team as far as
they are.
As far as how they define God. When you hear a new atheist like a Sam Harris or a Christopher Hitchens or someone like that, when they say God, they mean the same biblical Torah Islamic God that the fundamentalists do. That's their definition in terms of using the word God. That's where I have a problem. Like, what about this? What about this? What about
both sides I would say failed to see the as far as like the actual like underlying message that's there.
And
how it's applied versus love everybody, but kill gay people. Like, you see, there's no God in the sky. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I think they opened one of the books, so like a guy walking on water. Close the book. That's not scientific.
Versus
closed it and said,
"Well, Jesus,
there is no
versus,
God."
Well, Jesus is my Lord. I have to serve him. And
Well, one thing I never get is this: why can't there just be a God with nothing? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Why can't there just be a God that creates all this stuff? It doesn't even have to be from the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. In my definition of God, I would 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
As in, I define God as just everything. Now, what created everything? Well, it created itself. Right? What created the planets? Oh, gravitational this and rocks hitting each other and whatever the fuck else happened. Oh, that's the universe creating itself. That's what I call God.
Yeah.
Reading some comments right now. Go ahead.
So this guy sees no moral difference in maliciously killing a dog, maliciously killing a human. Dude's moral compass is broken.
I know. I do see the difference. It's because,
he's talking to me.
He's talking to James.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I've done the work, Matt Hunter, and clearly, if that's how you feel, then you haven't. So, I'm not surprised if you didn't understand what I meant. Tanya said, "Step out of the situation, look into different perspectives. How you show up will help." Oh, not direct towards me. All right. Whoops. All right.
Okay, so did you want to try and define good and evil first, Toasted?
Good and evil. That was actually one when I used to think about, like, what if bad is good and good is bad? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How do we know good is good and bad is bad? How do we know black is black and white is white? You know what I'm saying? How do we know maybe bad is actually good and good is actually bad? You know what I'm saying?
So you're going with like something that's relative, right?
Yeah. My hunter, never mind.
No, go ahead.
My hunter says that Michael Vick is just as evil as Hitler because, but I don't think my hunter knows that Michael Vick didn't actually slaughter dogs. He just had a whole dog fighting thing.
Yeah.
So what? I mean,
it's
can we bring my hunter on?
It's still shitty. Here's the thing: if you do an empty action, right? Like if I kill one person, right, and then over to my right, there's a guy over here. Well, he killed 900 million. What's the difference? They're still shitty.
Yeah.
Like, you understand?
Can we bring Matt Hunter on?
Even if it's like some kid, like I see ants on the ground. I'm gonna make the choice to step on them, right? Just stomp on them, step on them, right?
Yeah.
Versus, well, that guy killed a baby. I'm like, don't you see how they're both bad things? They're both morally unacceptable.
See,
you don't step on ants. You don't step on ants.
I don't do it. What's the word?
On purpose.
Constantly.
Yeah. I don't do it on purpose.
You're a vegan?
Yeah, but just for fun.
This might help Matt Hunter as far as his understanding of it. Neither Michael Vick nor Hitler are evil. There's no such thing as an evil person.
No, I think their actions.
Only the action can be defined as evil. And what do I consider evil? Empty action.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Can we bring Matt Hunter on? He seems like a fun person to have on, you know what I'm saying?
We've asked him several times.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to, I guess.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Oh, you don't consider... I'm saying, so you don't consider really anybody evil, really?
No.
I'm confused.
No. They're neutral.
No. Only the action.
Well, something that's funny about this is many liberals agree with this, but when they come to racist people, they say that they're just evil. We shouldn't treat them subhuman. They don't believe that their actions are evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with what you're saying, but many from each side, they all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we know who they are. They're the dum-dums with the childish ideas of the world. And they're team playing, man. We know what that is.
I mean, if you would see a Klansman, would you consider him evil or would you consider him just misguided?
It all depends on the individual and their actions. Someone could just, like the way it looks, and join the KKK. But then
if somebody just hates blacks because he had a bad experience with them, let's say his family was racist, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You consider him bad or just misguided?
I consider his ideas bad. He has
So.
poor ideas. Now he may bring some authentic things with him when he's angry. Like hatred is a real thing.
Yeah.
Anger is a real thing.
Yeah.
He may bring them with him when he goes off in whatever KKK rallies. But he doesn't bring his whole self.
No, there's a lack of an individual there.
Because his conscience waiting over there in the corner of the room is like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah.
I can't be here, and I can't be in this room at the same time as these bad ideas.
Yeah.
They don't go together, right? It's the little metaphor of you can't bring darkness into a lit room.
No.
But you can bring a candle into a dark room and light shit up.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that.
All right.
Not that light or dark are bad. Those are good things to me.
Let's get to these comments. Matt Hunter, but you don't truly believe is shitty?
I think he's trying not to get blocked. Either that or
whatever. Tanya, the work will continue lifelong.
100% agree.
Well, this is gonna be good.
Real quick with what Tanya said.
Yeah.
And it has to be that way because I think, my opinion, the point is creativity and learning. So that's why it never stops. And if you just use the Joseph Campbell thing of follow your bliss, you're doing work, but you don't realize you're doing work because you're having fun with it.
It's like what you said. It's like a child running and skipping, but they don't see like all the bricks are being built underneath their feet as they walk.
Yeah.
You know. Matt Hunter, you owe your entire existence on murder and slaughter. Every time you get out of bed and decide not to kill yourself, you are giving murder and slaughter a thumbs up. Dude, the cognitive dissonance and the mental gymnastics you perform are on some other level. I remember you said this once before.
What happened?
You're absolutely wrong.
What happened to, what did he say? Racial beings?
Yeah.
What happened to that? Because that sounds like metaphysics to me. That sounds like woo-woo to me. So how does that play into that
Those
scenario?
ideas, dude, get knocked down fast.
You can't have a soul and no free will at the same time. You can't have both of those.
Oh, your entire existence on murder and slaughter. How? How do I do that?
You can't have a soul and also have no free will simultaneously.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
And every time I decide not to kill myself, I'm giving murder and slaughter a thumbs up. Ridiculous. I don't know who taught you that or how you decided to adopt that, but it's not true. Matt Hunter, not believing in evil is a sign you've never been personally exposed to it.
Incorrect. Well, yeah. But I said incorrect on instinct because of the other content surrounding it, to where it's like, okay, in Matt Hunter context, like that would be incorrect as far as the things you've said. So I apologize if I got that wrong.
Tanya, I can see that I've chosen not to. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, empathy.
Oh, I
understand.
It.
Oh, okay. Matt Hunter, I'm wrong. How many animals and Native Americans had been maliciously murdered so you can sit in comfort and make these videos?
None.
What does that have to do with anything?
But at the same time, he's right. Like I said, I'm a little fatalistic, as in things have to happen a certain way. But looking at it practically, and dare I say scientifically, no, they didn't have to happen for...
No, they didn't.
For any positivity to happen.
No.
Could have been a completely different thing.
Matt Hunter is probably like, you have to worship murder. You have to.
It could have been a thing like the Europeans came over on their boats and debated our chief. Our chief got destroyed. Now there's YouTube clips of our chief getting destroyed. We walked away in shame, and they took over the country.
Yeah. Tanya said, I refuse to get triggered, and I'm half Native American.
I'm partially Native American.
None as far as I know. I don't really care to look either way.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to this next idea. Is utopia first of all, you should all define it first, then say whether or not it's possible in this world.
Utopia.
Yeah.
Well, utopia is like my definition or idea of the ideal healthy society. You know.
Yeah.
And that's basically even if your ideas are somewhat budding, you know. So I call it a good idea that's budding. Like no one should kill anybody. Okay, let's keep going for that. Why and how? Mm-hmm. So we get to these causes and why these horrific events can happen.
Yeah. Rather
than something like a nature thing where it's like literally like a lightning bolt hitting somebody. It's like, why? It's like, well, fuck, it's just something that happened, you know. Rather than, well, Billy killed Tommy because Tommy, his girlfriend, so, you know.
Sound machine.
Yeah. So yeah, if we have an ideal, and the idea is to have an idea of this society, have a group of people that understand the difference between good and evil, hence good idea, bad idea, and they strive towards that idea. They do as the most they possibly can and strive towards that, you know?
Yeah.
And within this, there is no room for corruption. There is no room for it. Absolutely none. And I would say that's utopia, and it's definitely possible. 100% it's definitely possible. 100%.
Yeah. I've thought about this for a while. Like, is this actually possible? Which means I had to come up with a definition first.
Well, what I meant by striving for it is I don't know if it's going to be perfect. I would say no. But it's striving towards that.
Mine would be perfect. It would be a world without corruption as far as in action. Mm-hmm. Right? There'd be no evil on the planet. Right. But internally, you still have the battle with corruption.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you're striving for that.
So whatever that means, it could be people and flying cars and a Jetson-looking thing, or it could just be people in fucking huts. As long as there's no corruption, I'm in there like swimwear. Well, not.
I'm able to say mine. Can I
Yes.
say mine?
Go ahead.
So I believe that we're in a society where nobody harms each other or nobody's forced to do anything really. Like that's our society. Like nobody can harm each other, nobody can make somebody do something. It's like everybody's laissez-faire on each other. Nobody's harming anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we get to specifics like what would happen as far as like this. Like when I talk about like a living wage and all that, it's basically look, if you just want to hang out and chill and do whatever you want to do, that's fine. Yeah. Here's enough, like whatever currency would be allowed, here's enough of this for you to have basic needs. Food, water, place to live, etc. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
It doesn't apply to you that if you do that, you're forcing people to give that person money. That's sort of like kind of theft.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to go into, is this actually possible? And
are you saying people doing it voluntarily?
Yeah, right.
Then I would, yes, I'm all for it if we're going to do it voluntarily, but I don't like it when the government does it by force. If I don't want to give you money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it's by choice. Like, hey, do you want this? No, I'm good. Okay, dude.
Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Okay, I'm saying, but no, but like, I can't like walk, like the IRS is not going to go to my house and say, you didn't give that person money, you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that type of thing.
No, it wouldn't be like that. That's not the answer.
Yeah. All right, since I feel Toasted's going to be the most skeptical of this being possible, do you think this is possible, considering the world we live in? Let's say we gave you, whatever, the keys to the world, and you implemented a plan that even if you die, the next generation will take off with the same plan, all that. Is this utopia thing possible?
My utopian thing? Mine, not my one that I want. I'm not sure if it's possible because there are always going to be people that are going to kill each other, so I don't know if it's possible, really. I don't think that's why they call them utopias. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a
But
fantasy.
I think it's the most possible utopia that we could get is that type of. I think, what do they call it again? What do they call randism, whatever they call it, I forgot. Objectivism is the best type of solution to our problem. It believes that everybody has the right to do whatever they want as long as they don't harm anybody, and that's one that I like. As long as you don't harm anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But you did sound like as far as possibility of that.
You believe it's a fantasy?
Fantasy. Well, for everybody not to harm anybody, I believe that's fantasy. But to have it sort of in the, I believe that to have it in a good direction, I believe it's possible. Yeah, for sure. I for sure believe it's possible. I don't believe it's perfect, but I believe it could be close to perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, yeah, again, the idea is for like the people themselves to obviously know themselves and to strive for that.
Right.
For the
Well,
idea of utopia.
I believe that you could do whatever you want. If you want to give people free money, stuff like that, you could do that as long as you don't want to force anybody to do that, which is one of the
it's
things
completely
that
by
made me a
choice.
little bit. Right.
Remember, it's
as
like
long
a
as
society, right? So if some guy's like, you know what, I'm gonna go live in the mountains. Okay, dude, go ahead, go.
right, as long as you don't kill, I agree. As long as you don't kill anybody or like I get thing I get. I know this is off topic. The thing I get most with the randisms that or objectivism is I'm pro-life, which that goes against them. But sort of those stuff. As long as you don't harm anybody, I believe that it's that you can do whatever you want. Sort of
Well,
as long
yeah.
as you're not trespassing on anybody's lawn. You know what I'm saying?
It also has to begin with choice.
Right.
Like, I have to give you like if you get this knife, you know, we have like that person has to have the make the moral choice of whether do I stab him in the head or do I just put it down, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
One thing I'm wondering, if we go into a full anarchy, do you think would there be chaos in this world?
I think there's chaos either way.
Well, I think he means like social chaos. I think there would be a relatively smaller percent of the population that would be in the social chaotic realm, if I could say that. Like it'd be like 15% of people would go ape shit. But if you think about it, if we have 7 billion people, that's a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
50% is a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
I think the majority of people would be like, slow down, what the fuck's going on? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's chill about this.
Well, this is why I talk about the systems itself. See, someone it's capitalism. That's the problem. No, it's socialism. No. Like, see, it don't matter because as long as you have corrupt people within these systems that are neutral, then there will be no solution as far as we'll change the infrastructure of the system. And it's like it's not the system, it's the people.
Well, actually, you're able to have both. I don't get. Well, I don't think they're synonymous. I mean, if you go to either of the extremes, anarchism and anarcho, actually, you can have both capitalism and socialism. You can have capitalism, a form of socialism. Like even Karl Marx was for actually having. He was not for actually making people by forced socialism. He was actually for voluntary. If you actually read his books, you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. What I'm saying is I'm making the point between it's not the systems, it's the people.
Right. Yeah.
And when the people are corrupted and they implement more laws that obviously show a corruption, then it's like, well, then it's no longer a system anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to say. Even if like if a capitalist system adopts some socialism ideas or traits or whatever, that's fine as long as they're not harming anybody.
Yeah.
As long as it's still a system, as long as there's still morally good people there.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you believe that
there.
Do you believe that without forcing? Do you believe that without like forcing people to give welfare and forcing? Do you think there would still be charity out there? Do you think we could? Do you think voluntarism could do the trick? Or do you think people are too selfish for that to happen? For them to give like to charity?
I think if people understand like what's wrong, then they'll make the decision. Just like if someone's gonna make someone sees the roads are messed up and like, you know what, we're gonna fix the roads. Like if they want the roads to be fixed, they'll fix them.
Right.
Like, where are you gonna get the money? It's like that's not the point.
But that's different though, because the monopoly man stereotypical super rich guy who doesn't have to, who also uses roads too.
Yeah.
That's different than I have a bunch of shit and these guys don't have anything.
Well, in a healthy society, what do you think would happen?
Well, there wouldn't be people without anything anyways, right?
Well,
Hypothetical
monopolies are
situation,
actually,
healthy society, accident happens, road gets messed up. Bunch of roads are fucked up now.
Yeah, the rich guy would take care of it.
Yeah.
Or help take care of it.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'll get you all the stuff. I'll help too, but
I think Toasted is putting the scenario of like maybe people in this world in this context.
Well, it's a sick society. So I can obviously have an idea of what would happen.
Okay, so would the filthy rich guys give charity?
Maybe. And the intentions behind it are questionable as well. Like, let's say,
I suspect for fame and celebrity they would.
Sure. Or to look good. Like, I'm a politician. I'll give you guys $50,000.
And believe it or not, go ahead.
I mean, corporations. Every corporation has like a charity wing in their thing, like Walmart, Pizza Hut, every them. I wonder why do they give charity? I always wonder that. Is it because of their image? Do you think that's the reason? Like, because Walmart, every branch, I think businesses have a charity. You know what I'm saying? In their thing, like even like people in charge of charities for their thing, like they have their own charities.
I think it's.
Look into Red Cross. You know what I mean?
I would think it's the opposite of what the normal population would act like. I think 75, 80% of the normal population, if they were in that position of wealth, they would give back as far as charity.
Yeah.
And in the corporations, I think it's like 20% of them would want to give charity.
Yeah.
And the other 80% are like, it's like, it'll trickle down to them at some point.
Yeah.
It'll get to them.
So it's like...
We'll lower prices on Hot Wheels.
Yeah, it's like $50,000 goes to charity through them, and it funnels through their system, and in the end, the people who were originally supposed to receive the charity get... And here's $8,000.
Yeah, you got
hypothetical situation, by the way.
Tax write-offs, things like that.
So, like in a healthy society, would all that happen? No. I'm not saying accidents wouldn't happen, like a car crash or a tree falling down, hitting a house or anything like that. But I'm saying as far as intentional things, like we're going to purposely rip off this dude to get more money in the name of helping people. That wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
All right. So the next thing I was going to get to, as far as a society like a utopia like that, is as far as when it's becoming such, like what work has to be done.
Yeah.
Such as, like, let's say criminals, people in general, corrupt people, neutral people, and the people already there who have made the moral decision to be champions. Let's read the comments first, though. You related to Elizabeth? You said you related to Elizabeth Warren?
That's right. Her and her 0.0001% Native American.
Fucking. Tanya. But yes, it has to be continued from. But yes, it has continued from time they stepped foot on this continent to this day, one shape or another. Are we related? Are we all related to each other?
That's what I think everyone would say.
Yeah.
Religious and scientific.
Yeah. Why have to find ways to pull each other apart? I won't play that game. It is a game. It's called team playing. Tanya, it's absolutely 100% possible, but you have to believe in infinite possibilities. Well, it's understanding what a possibility is, as far as, Yeah.
Well, you have to, for the thing to be possible, it has to be care first.
Yeah.
And then care lets you consider possibilities. And yeah, if you're not aware of it, how could you implement it?
It would be perfect for you, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I have to go right now. I have finals this week. Okay, fine. So it's okay. Bye.
Running away,
see you next. What? No, not running away. I just have to do finals this week. It's a big week. I have to study right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just looked at your schedule. It looks like you don't have any tests.
What? Oh, I do have tests. Yeah.
All right, man. I'm just kidding.
I sometimes use my phone during class because they don't really care so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, hey, Dan, feel free to, call in anytime.
Sure. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.
All right.
Peace out, man.
Smoke me. All right.
That was toasted. Toasted, ladies and gentlemen.
Toasted, ladies and gentlemen. The powerful toasted. Tanya, it would be perfect for you. Yeah, okay. Hit mass critical, and it was just for the masses. Then she said, yes! Then Matt Hunter quoted, I'm assuming the judge or whatever. Nature smiles mockingly at the union of... Oh, no, he's not quoting them, my bad. Quote, nature smiles mockingly at the union of freedom and equality in our utopias. For freedom and equality are sworn and everlasting enemies, and when one prevails, the other dies.
That's wrong.
Tanya said the shadow.
I just want to look at it, even in like a Taoist type of way. Not everyone's going to want to be plumbers, right?
No.
So as far as he's going in like the hierarchy thing with freedom, like people choose to be something.
Yeah.
And when there's so many choosing one thing, that there's no equality because one person's better than another at it. Even if it's by like small degrees, it's still someone's performing better than the other person is.
Yeah. There's care involved too.
Yeah.
So
I don't expect everyone with complete freedom to where they have a chance to break conditioning. I don't think they're all going to choose to be Jay-Z or LeBron James or the president.
Yeah.
That's a Taoist point of view, though.
All right. Tony said the shadow. Kicked off again. This makes me crazy. I'm sorry. Tony, what I'm trying to say is if enough people hold up infinite possibility for a new way to be and live, we can hit the critical point where it shifts the consciousness. Well,
I think she's gone with like the 100th monkey theory again.
well, yeah.
And there's definitely, for me, there's definitely merit to that. But at the same time, there has to be choice, and with choice and development in a certain way. I mean, I think even people nowadays, they'll do things to even fight against that because they want to build their own ladder to heaven, quote unquote.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to be like pushed and nudged towards an area. But I do hear what you're saying.
No, I think I get it too. What I'm saying is, though, as far as the conscious being shifted, I think it's there. I think it's the person willing to do the work in order to become more, as far as...
There's a lot of ego and superego content that needs to be moved aside.
What I'm saying is people become more willing to do the shadow work now. Because they realize, oh, it has to be done.
Yeah.
In order to get over here. Levi, I don't understand anything right now. Lol.
Yeah, these are weird topics.
Finding out who you are.
Is that backwards?
Fuck. You're that kid that's like, oh,
right hand. Right hand.
You're the kid's like, oh, loser. It's like, yo, he did it backwards. I'll just walk away from it.
Yes, calling yourself a loser.
Yeah.
But I don't do it for loser. I do it for Levi.
Yeah. Levi is, like, loser is more of like this, like near your forehead. Levi is like up here.
Levi's that guy that when you type in Teddy Atlas into YouTube, one of his fucking videos pops up.
Last time I checked, it was 25K, I think.
Last I saw it was 27,000.
Yeah. All right.
And it was like Teddy Atlas on the Wilder Fury fight or something like that. I'm like, fuck Levi, damn it.
Matt Hunter, leave men free and their natural inequalities will multiply almost geometrically, as in England and America in the 19th century under the laissez-faire.
Inequalities as in skill, you mean? You don't mean actually like this person's more valuable than this person. Yeah. That's a fallacy, and what happens when the winners of history write history. The tyrants of history get to write what the fuck happened in their time.
And they're
period.
tyrants, so.
And the Pharaoh came, and he was a man. It was a god among men.
Yeah, and he whipped his dick out, and all the other people realized his dick was bigger. And he swung it in front of them, and then they bowed. In reality, it's, whip them. They bow and shit.
Meanwhile, you go back to that time period. You take some worker who he's like no one's around.
Yeah.
Fuck the Pharaoh, man. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That dude's lying all the time, contradicting
Just go
himself.
back in time, go like this, go like...
I bet he writes a book about this.
Guys, I'm the real god. Look at my light machine. Whoa.
They actually made a movie about that. I forgot what it's called. The one where they travel through the thing.
Tiny says because they don't want to break out of their comfort zone, it's safe there. Yeah. It's basically it's time to go into the cave. Time to go into the abyss where you can't see anything. Everything it's unknown. It's unknown, uncharted territory. What are you gonna do? You're in the deep waters now. What's gonna happen? You gonna grab into the life raft? Are you? We're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
You're meant to keep going.
Yeah.
She's saying we should look at the 100 monkey experiment. It was explained to me.
I've looked. If you can look into someone like Rupert Sheldrake, it's morphic resonance. That's very similar to the 100th monkey theory.
To check the growth of inequality, liberty must be sacrificed, as in Russia after 1917. Even when repressed, inequality grows. Only the man who is below average in economic ability desires equality.
No, they all deserve equality.
Yeah. Those who are conscious of superior ability desire freedom, and in the end, superior ability has its way.
If you're a douchebag. I mean, if you're talking about tyrants and shit like that,
Yeah.
then you're talking about douchebags. Then.
Yeah, they're performing again. What are they doing? Oh, you're performing a lot of empty actions here, my friend. For what?
Yeah.
All right.
But then you have a Jesus guy who's technically on the top of the hierarchy as far as understanding certain ideas.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys can do this too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's different. How he doesn't just let you'll never understand, just push him aside and walks away.
No.
It's like, nah, he tries to be like, you guys are welcome too.
It's literally like this, and I'll use an analogy, metaphor. It's like basically everybody walks around him and sees what an amazing house you have. It's like, yeah, I built it. Try to knock it down. There's hammers just conveniently right next to their feet. They'll pick it up, try to knock down the house. They go for the pillars. It's just nothing. All right, try your own house now. Ding. Look, I can show you. I can give you the tools to build it.
The WWE announce tables.
Yeah. Look, I can give you the tools to build the houses, but you have to fucking build the house.
He doesn't give them tools. He just says, guys, this is possible. And that's all you gotta do.
That's one way of saying it.
All you have to do is prove it's possible. Or you don't have to prove it. All you have to do is make it possible.
I think you misunderstood what I meant.
And then it's...
Tools as in, here. They're here for you. Take them. Right here. Build the house for you. You know how to do it. It's like, what? It's like, it's a hammer. Here's a nail. Go after it. It's that simple.
As long as it's their tools. Right.
Well, the idea is that it's everybody's. That's the point. Don't worry. You don't want.
We'll disagree on metaphor.
There's meaning behind it. It's alright back then.
That's it? Yeah.
My definition of tools might be very different from yours. So let's just say that.
You read that. Oh, never mind.
Sigh. Imagine a wolf eating a baby sheep, alive. What do you find wrong with this relationship? It seems you have an arbitrary label as the wolf as bad and the baby sheep as good. Oh my god.
Wrong. Oh, is he talking to you or me?
He's probably talking to me.
Yeah, good.
Well, as far as someone having the capacity to understand something, as far as I can make this choice, I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Your examples are very poor. I'm sorry. You know. They are poor. I'm not arguing history with you. I'm arguing existentialism. Ideas, good ideas versus bad ideas, and it's not holding up, man.
See, I think like a wolf, in that situation, a wolf has a different. Doesn't have an ego.
No.
Imagine.
I would say no.
Imagine your filter of whatever is gone. Your filter of what is society and people, what's recognizing me versus you.
Yeah.
Things like that. Imagine that filter disappears.
It's just food.
Hungry, food.
Yeah.
Hunger, food.
It's complete survival mode. 100.
Yeah.
Right. And then we have as far as a dog, you know. It's like there's something there, you know.
A domesticated dog, I believe, to some degree, gets an ego.
Yeah.
Because now, if I say Bob, when my dog's name is like Jim, I'm yelling Bob, the dog does nothing. And I say Jim, the dog looks over like, oh, me?
Yeah.
It's like now it has an ego of separating things. It has a negotiator.
Yeah.
It has a that's me and that's not me thing going on. Or at the very least, this gets me food or this doesn't get me food.
Tanya said instinct, not morality.
The id, as they call it.
So again, as far as talking about, we'll get to this.
Yeah.
But let me talk about this too. As far as how to do this, well, one has to come to grips with like who they are, you know. And that can be difficult because shadow work is required to do that. Not many people want to do that, which is why they'll keep basically piling bricks upon that. I'll get to that later. I'll get to that. I don't want to look at it right now. I'll get to that later. It's like you're gonna sit back and look at all the shitty things you've done, you know. But that's yourself telling you that. That's the internal telling you that. Whatever word you want to use for that. And again, when we look at that, and we look at other people as far as, well, look what he did. He the pedophile, and he murdered kids too. It's like, well, you condemn him, or you condemn his actions. Yeah. Which one is it? That guy you need to do this. You need to give him the room and the chance to redeem himself. A lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
And they'll constantly, and I can feel it coming, because it keeps happening. What if it was your daughter? I'm like, are you ready to hear my answer? That guy needs to be, yes, I would give him the chance. What if it was your daughter? Yeah, I would. I give him the chance to redeem himself. He needs to be given the chance. I will not take choice away from him. I won't.
Yeah.
Whether it be a pedophile or mass murder or whatever have you, whether it's something as far as from an external form of tyranny versus an internal form of tyranny, it's still either way. It's what it is.
Yeah.
If you take away choice, then what are you? A hypocrite. It's that simple. It's one of the toughest things I would say for as far as it's in society that they really look at. How do I define existentialism? How do I put this into words?
It would be the study of individuality. As simple as terms I'll put.
Morality. Yeah. Who you are. Yeah.
Who am I? Where am I going? Why am I here?
Yeah. Right versus wrong. What?
Yeah.
What's going on?
All right. We're going to move on to the next topic.
You have nothing on that?
Huh?
Do you have anything on that?
Existentialism?
No, what I said.
No, that's fine. Don't judge people. Don't judge.
What?
Right? That's the moral of the story.
Don't judge people?
Like that?
Like what?
Like you're a monster.
No, that's ridiculous. That's something people use when they have a lack of understanding what happened, what just took place, as well as what had to happen in order for them to do that.
Yeah. Why do I need that?
It's weak. It's literally like someone like, oh, there's a piece of shit on the floor. I'm not equating the person to a piece of shit. It's the action. Oh, there's shit on the floor. What are we gonna do? We'll just pick it up and throw it away. Out of sight, out of mind. We did it. They're away forever. It's gone forever. The truth is, the shit's out there somewhere rotting away. You know. And guess what? If you keep finding shit on the floor, what are you gonna do? We'll just keep picking up and throwing away, washing the floor, etc., etc. Versus, oh, how did this shit get here? What's going on here? Rarely is it ever rarely, as far as my mass group of people, has it ever really looked upon as how could this thing happen? How could a pedophile? How could a person become a pedophile? How could a guy in some sort of mass I would say a guy in a political office commit so much murder? As far as I'll put this action in order, and I'll sign this paper, and I'll allow the army to do this or that, or the head of the CEO, the head of a corporate company allowing such things to happen. It's like, oh, you're hurting people. Either way. Well, how'd that happen? It's rarely. And whoever does talk about it, you don't hear about them that much. You just hear about Wendy Williams and fucking what's his name on Fox News. What's his name, dude? Small little Italian guy. Looks like he's Italian, but maybe not. He's the new Bill O'Reilly. You know what I'm saying?
Hannity?
Yeah. Or whoever, like the news people that is taken as far as like, oh, these people are wise.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they have no solutions. And these people on these online communities, as far as like Shapiro or whoever, they don't have solutions either. No. I heard what he said about the death penalty. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can't even like fathom it. If you're like, are you ready for these ideas over here? It's like, well, the death penalty should be considered. Like, all right, you're not ready yet. It's that simple. That's not how you define existentialism. Yes, Matt Hunter, because I need a Webster definition in order to be correct, right? Right? Just like an objective truth. I guess you need someone to tell you what it is, huh? Women strong. Wendy Williams speaks the truth. I'm sorry, but as far as from what I hear, it's somewhat shallow.
New commenter.
She could mean well. I'm not saying she doesn't mean well. I'm just saying it seems shallow.
I don't know enough. At all, really. I think I heard her once, and it was like a hip-hop thing. It wasn't her show. She was on a radio show or something like that. That's all I know.
What I mean is, like, people, like, I don't mean to bash Wendy Williams. I just mean just people as far as, I have this platform, and rarely do I ever take a moral stance on as far as these things and go deeper and beyond.
Oh, they'll cut the tape.
Probably. And if she ever did, then I'm sorry. I don't mean to, like, be wrong.
She'll get Phil Donahue'd.
It's like that. Like, here, do you hear Ellen ever? I don't ever hear Ellen going into existentialism, morality. No, I don't hear Wendy. From what I've heard, I don't hear Wendy Williams. I don't hear Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. I don't hear Conan. I don't know what the fuck his name is. The guy, the Italian dude that had that shit for years and years and years. The comedian Jay Leno. None of these guys. Carson's. All these guys that had these big platforms on TV. No, when? The only people that ever did was a pseudo stance.
Yeah.
Like Bill, who goes like, Bill, you hate America and you hate God and da 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 da. It's like, yeah, someone's telling you to say that, huh? All right. Timestamp. I have to pretend someone's doing it for me. All right.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. Our next topic is something I saw on Twitter.
25 to 100.
Something I saw on Twitter that I thought was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
But also silly. And I expected the gremlins to crawl out of their caskets to make comments on it. So I thought I'd crawl out of my casket and do the same thing. This is a Columbia student whose name I do not know. Don't even wish to say. I don't want to spread his name around here. But he went on a bit of a rant. And guess who we have to analyze this? Our special guest, Jesse Lee Peterson. Amazing.
Jesse Lee Peterson on the left, as far as from where I'm at, it looks like if The Rock was standing there doing the eyebrow thing, it'd be like a buddy cop film. You know what I mean? It's like amazing buddy cop.
So the title of this video is from Jesse Lee Peterson. I love white people. God bless Columbia U, student, for telling truth. Mm. Let's hear some of this truth.
This is from Pix 11 News. This is so good. I got to give it to you. This is a report on a white student who went on a rant praising white people. This is so good.
We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world.
In a racially charged rant, a Columbia University sophomore harasses and shouts white supremacist ideologies at a group of primarily minority students.
We built the modern world. Europeans built the modern world.
The incident...
Oh, where have I heard that on videos, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder if he's drunk, and I wonder if he just got done watching, like, a binge watching all this. Like, oh, we did it. It's us.
Once again, I don't know how historically accurate that is. Well, they didn't build me. They didn't build me, so...
Or me.
So that's wrong, right? You got two spots that are missing in your architecture of creativity.
Children of the motherfucking lie.
That's Jesse Lee Peterson.
Yeah.
that sound like children of the lie. God is good, and everything else is just children of the lie.
Obama phones. Obama phones.
I think that was the name of my video. Jesse Lee Peterson makes David Pakman a genius.
Yeah.
Of course it's socialism. Obama's giving out phones. It's like,
amazing.
Continue.
Amazing.
Happened early Sunday morning outside of Butler Library on the Morningside Heights campus. The students involved say the sophomore had targeted them, having followed them from a campus eatery to outside the library.
Hey, don't fall asleep tonight. Dude.
This is hate speech against this young man. This young man is white. He's not a white supremacist because he put white people first. Black people do it all the time. Mexicans do it. The Mexicans are putting the illegal aliens first before the citizens.
That doesn't change it.
Your father is Satan. Wicked people. Amazing.
But all right,
That's like it's amazing.
Is that white supremacist to say that white people are responsible for everything good in this world?
I think it's just ignorance.
Right? He said something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to misquote him. What did he say? He said,
Go back. We can listen to him.
we built all of this.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Or white people are the best. I think he said that as well. I mean, how are we defining white supremacy? Is it, I think my race is better than your race?
I think it's white supremacy is basically the belief that the white race is superior to any other.
Yeah, he's basically saying that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Jesse Lee Peterson brought up black groups that do that, and also Latino groups that do that. And it's like, why can't you just say they're all wrong?
They all are wrong. They're all silly.
Instead, he's like, well, black people do it.
So?
Well, Latinos do it.
It's like white guy screams white supremacy and kills daughter or whatever. But black people do it too. It's like, that makes it good. That makes it like, no.
It's this brainwashed revenge politics type of thing going on. Yeah. As in, well, you guys do it first. You guys do it too.
Oh yeah. Well, I got 5 cars. I got 6.
It's a poor. It's below lukewarm. I don't even know. It's just empty nothingness.
Here we go. Matt Hunter gives whites a pile of bricks and they'll build London. Gives Asians a pile of bricks and they'll build Tokyo. Gives blacks a pile of bricks and they'll throw it through them windows. Throw them through windows.
Yeah. I don't know how historically accurate that is. I've been doing some research, Matt, and
looks like you're gonna be going like this.
you could be making that up.
Ready? Just grab the bicep and you just.
I'll just say this, that some of the older ancient tribes in Africa didn't write things down. They used oral stories to pass on their knowledge to the next generation. So when world events start happening, a lot of the things get lost. That's what archaeologists are for. And they found some shit. And then I moved on with this video. Right.
Not all, of course, but most. And so if black people can say black people are praising black people, why can't white people do it? Why are they white supremacists because they stand up for the country?
Well, I think it's, I don't know, if it's like a, blase blah definition of white supremacy, that just means racist, then no, it wouldn't apply. But to scream and say, my race is the best, that sounds like supremacy, right? My team's better than all your other teams.
Yeah, it's the idea that you're better.
Yeah.
Or your race is better.
And once again, they have the, I would call them special teammates of news, of basically mainstream news sources, who are going to hold up look, it's a white guy doing this. We won't talk about the black guys.
Yeah.
Like, you guys can't see that they're poking you. And, it's like, I dare you to react. React to this. React to
Yeah.
that.
It's like...
It's the rat in the maze. They start changing walls. They don't have to change you. All they have to do is change the environment, and you will fall right in line with their bullshit.
It's like, hey, guys, watch this. Do something. See? I told you they're all hyper. We gotta put laws on them.
Yeah, guys, start realizing you're getting played, man. Instead of this revenge bullshit, political, whatever.
Matt Hunter says true. Saying his race is the best is bullshit.
Yeah.
On paper, I'll agree with you, Matt.
You have to go by individuality.
Yeah.
Duh.
And this young man, this white male student is right. If it weren't for white people, there would be no European country. There would be no America. America would be a ghetto. Look what Obama tried to do to it, Big Mama Michelle. They almost turned into a ghetto country.
He's absolutely made. Look at this suggested video. The fallen messiah. Yeah, you're giving Barack Obama too much credit.
I just think
not too much credit, but yeah, too much credit.
I think it's just an example of someone who just has no idea.
Like, Obama was clearly business class.
It's corporate.
Yeah, he's very corporate. Like, what? Who's paying you to say this?
Did
Jesse?
anybody fucking look at what he's been doing since he's been gone from the office? It's like, let's see, speeches and Wall Street and getting paid for that and so on and so forth. And
so he'd build a business environment. Look at all his policies that got through. They were business oriented, weren't they? The ACA was business oriented towards insurance companies. Bless you. The different races excel in different areas. Asians are morally and intellectual superior to whites.
on average.
On average.
I don't know where you got that from, dude.
That's
ridiculous.
That's make-believe. See, what you're doing is you're debunking yourself without realizing you're debunking yourself. Because what I assume you're doing is, you're saying race and IQ are connected. Now you're saying morality and IQ are connected. And which means if IQ comes from genetics, which means it has to come from a body part, which means the brain. Thus, our consciousness and our intelligence comes from the brain. Thus, you should never say beings again. That won't make any sense. Also, you're going to have to prove that consciousness comes from the brain. Good luck.
Oh, yeah. And you are not your brain.
You have to prove both. You have to prove consciousness comes from the brain. You have to prove intelligence comes from the brain. You have to prove that genetics and race, or genetics and IQ are the same thing, tying back to the brain. And then you have to prove morality and intelligence are the same thing, to some degree. Good luck, Matt.
So here's footage of the viral video from Saturday night.
We invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because, oh my God, we're so bad.
Video of the rant has now gone viral and is raising a lot of questions.
I knew there were racists on campus. I just didn't expect to meet one
That's not
person.
racist.
Oh, he's fucked, by the way, just saying.
Yeah, that kid's done.
This kid's done. Yeah,
He's fucked.
Yeah.
Especially a school like Columbia.
Oh.
Major academic school. All right.
Students Qualine Felix and Blossom Maruafakwa were among those harassed by the young man who was identified by the university's campus newspaper as Julian Vanabel.
Oh, they said his name.
So how come this reporter is calling this young white male racist for standing up for what is right? And then this black girl, this is dumb as a doorknob, got there by affirmative action, not because she's earned it. Why is she calling this white guy racist? She is the racist.
Oh my gosh, man.
Well, if I heard the names correctly, they sound African.
Yeah.
And there's noticeably been an uptick as far as, I guess they call it IQ points or academic standards or whatever.
IQ points.
Whatever the fuck they do with it. That, I don't know, certain Africans actually lead the U.S. as far as immigrants in I wouldn't say IQ, but in being successful as far as on a academic type of thing.
Studies. Yeah.
They lead in like bachelor's degrees and success rates and medical doctors, things like that. So I'm not sure how much that's affirmative action. Although I definitely believe there are, but from what I heard, some get left out. If I got that correctly, in the UK, I believe certain black immigrants or people of black African lineage get left out of schools because there's too many of them. They're like, your scores are high, but we already have too many black students, so we can't allow you in. We want to make it fair for everyone else.
So which place did you take, Jordan? Sorry, Bill. Damn.
Proof consciousness comes from the brain? Would you agree? Would you agree to let me crack your skull with a brick to prove it? You're completely wrong. That's probably on the second point. See, yeah, that wouldn't work as far as, okay, if you crack my skull open and kill me, you won't be aware whether or not I'm conscious or not.
No.
So that doesn't help at all. It's a poor argument, man. And I guess you're talking about the African part, as far as, where are they from? Nigerian immigrants, particularly scoring high on academic whatevers.
You're going to crush his world. Be careful. Everything that based on his arguments. If you say that thing you're about to say, I might think you say that thing out of your back pocket, not the gun, but the thing you keep in your back pocket. You're gonna.
I'll go with what you're probably not thinking of, which is, okay, if it's purely genetic, then why are their kids excelling in school as well? The African immigrant kids, why are they performing well in school too? I don't know. My skull is drilled, however, the heart is key. Yeah, I agree. Now, to prove to you that consciousness does not arrive from the brain would be a long existential process that you probably don't want to take part in now, or from me. from you.
No, I already told him.
Obviously, we can't just tell you. You have to do the work. You have to take it serious and do the work
So
on
that's
your own.
not true.
How so?
You can always call in, Matt.
How's it not true, Matt?
Oh, did you read Tanya said?
Huh?
You read Tanya said? My skull was drilled, however, the heart is key.
Prove we have brains. We can't see them. Imagining is creating by magnet resonance. Interesting. I could have just brought up near-death experiences, but
Sure.
I like doing my own work.
Well, there's experiences, so yeah.
Yeah.
Of the individual. Created.
Yeah. All right. Continuing.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Why is it that people of color can do it and say and act any kind of way they want, but white people can't? This is hate speech against white people. This is wrong. Back in a moment.
Amazing.
God bless this white student at Columbia University for speaking up.
If this isn't obvious team playing,
Look where you fucking ball.
if this isn't obvious team playing, then who knows what I could say to something like.
Yeah. Like, dude, are you even like, are you purposely performing like fucking somersaults to keep this up?
Yeah.
Like, who's funding you, dude? Who's paying you?
Yeah.
You know? Who got you that mic? You know what I mean? I'm being silly, but yeah. Black African immigrants are receiving more degrees in the... He put all caps, so he must be serious. Humanities.
Not the hard science. What do you mean by humanities? What do you mean by that?
NDEs are intense.
Near-death experience.
They can be. I definitely felt that way when I almost got hit by that car. But
I don't think that's what she means, but
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
yeah.
Finally, somebody's saying what I've been saying forever. If it wasn't for white people, there would be no America. The Indians didn't do it. The blacks didn't do it. If it wasn't for white people, there'd be no European. These folks are trying to come to our country.
Without the Europeans, there'd be no Europeans. It's like, yeah.
Re-pause it again. Amazing.
So I don't know what to say to like guys that think this way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'd really have to sit them down.
Yeah,
and really
that's what
talk about.
you have to be there on the show.
Like, who are you?
Like, we're running out of time. Nah, we got 3 hours left.
You make enough money, man. You can hang out and talk with us. All right.
They didn't do it anywhere. And so here's this black student blamed the Columbia curriculum for this white man speaking up.
While they did acknowledge a number of
Psychology, psychiatry, gender studies, etc.
I might have to go back and look it up because I think that's completely wrong. Also, why would I put... How come psychology is not a hard science? Well, all right, I get it, but psychology is not like some... Today we're going to think today. Yay. I think it's like book on top of book on top of book. Like, imagine how complex...
Psychology?
Yeah. How complex the human mind is.
Well, then there's this.
And they're trying to study it.
Well, then there's
like,
you.
All right.
Then there's you. And you experiencing. I'm not saying there's books or have ideas written in them, you know?
Yeah. But from what I saw, it was a lot of medical doctors, or a lot of in the medical realm, math and science.
Ignore what? Ignore what last statement? Keep going.
of driving factors. Both students feel his behavior is a byproduct of a curriculum at the university that tends to lean toward a Western European superiority.
What are they doing on, once again, institution level to assure that there's narrative outside of Western European knowledge-based knowledge spreading, assuring that their students, of color can actually see themselves inside the curriculums.
Once again, it's like taking dum-dums from the other team.
Yeah.
And we're using these token black people to tell you that they think it's racist. Like that shit.
Yeah.
If you can't see the game being played here, like clearly it's a game being played, and I'm so surprised by the number of people who sound intelligent when they talk that just buy into it. They just full on buy into it.
Well, in a way, it's like a character.
I gotta win.
It's like a character you play. I'm gonna say things like this so my argument holds up because everyone else does it, and blah. Versus, hey guys, this is silly. See how simple that is? It's just like that guy, you know? And what are you gonna do with the money? I'm gonna spend it on hookers and cocaine. That's simple, isn't it? There you go. 1, 2. He's like.
That's your bitch. All right.
Amazing.
Like, yeah.
This is why you should not let black students and Mexican students on your campus.
Amazing.
They're getting there by way of affirmative action, not because they love America. They want to change the curriculum because they want to promote their blackness. And when white people do it, it's hate speech. They start hate speech against whites. They call this young man a white supremacist because he's telling the truth. This is wrong.
Oh my
Absolutely
God.
wrong. This is hate speech against this young man. Columbia University.
See how he doesn't make an argument like
No.
this is all wrong. Instead, it's my team's fine. It's the other guys that are bad.
He won't go into depth. If he does, you know, you're exposing. He's already exposing himself. But
Nah, he's been exposed.
yeah,
I was gonna expose Prager when Tosa was on, but I'm like, whatever.
we'll wait.
Got past it.
Hello.
Now,
Matt Hunter, black immigrants or natives are severely underrepresented. I feel like a dumbass. You read it. I'm not good today.
Blacks, immigrants, or natives are severely underrepresented in fields of chemistry, physics, math, engineering, etc. Okay, but that's not the argument I brought up. I was talking about the increasing number of degrees, not where we're at right now. I believe that was my argument. Right?
What now?
And in fact, a lot of the Africans' numbers go down because we also bring in refugees. People who are from like war-torn areas or have no money, no nothing.
So you're saying a lot of these arguments are based off of like the studies that they're based off of statistics are somewhat, you know, wrong.
It is what it is, man.
Right, so-
I don't like to argue with data. It's
No,
just-
me either. I'm just saying.
Where's the data? Where's the data?
So if someone makes an argument like that, now we can go.
I could probably go further than that when you talk about the discoveries in Africa and compare it with Middle Eastern, with Middle Age
It's
time
Middle East, yeah.
and Middle Easterns too. You can bring them into it.
So white privilege is a myth, says Matt Hunter.
So white privilege is a myth? I don't know exactly, but probably. It's probably some tool politicians use to get themselves elected.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
makes sense.
Like, just so you know, Matt, I'm not like on a team or anything. I'm not on a side. That's just when I hear one side throwing all this shit, I'm like, that's bullshit. I call it out, and then that's what
I don't
it
play
is.
for a team either.
Just like we call out the students that were just talking right there. He's definitely a white supremacist or whatever the fuck they said. It's like okay, deal with it.
Yeah.
Did he throw a fucking? Did he throw a wrench at you or something? Did he try to punch you? Oh, he's just talking shit. You can talk, can't you? Let's see how good your ideas are.
Sure. So it's like,
And you find out it's just empty words fighting each other. It's puffs of smoke going through them.
the hardest 145 pounder right here. Who the fuck is that guy? You know who I am. Who the fuck is that guy? It's like,
Yeah. Alright, continuing.
the white student
I got this video.
racism
This
on
one.
campus. This is not racism, racism against
Move on
him,
to the
folks.
next one.
Here's it go. What? We don't have time for it? I have some more coming up then. Columbia.
Just so you know, Jesse Lee Peterson has also made comments such as, "Oh, forgive me, I'm slow," and you know, I think he said, I'm black, so I'm slow, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm late. It's like, what? Just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine the names he gets called. If there's people even listening to him.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Just think Samuel L. Jackson and Django Unchained.
Yeah. Fuck.
The D is silent.
Was to hold an
I
open
call it
reflection space Monday evening. Why are they catering to these blacks who only got there not because they earned it anyway,
Welcome to
but
the
because
world
of affirmative action?
I'm
Because they're
100%
black.
Sure someone's saying that.
Amazing! It is Country and Western Tuesday. It's a spiritual battle, a warfare between good and evil. Has nothing to do with male or female. Has nothing to do with color, folks. Fallen state people believe it's about color, only if they're in a fallen state. But it's about spirit. Right or wrong, good or evil. We're influenced by one or the other. We're not in control of ourselves. According to the Columbia Spectator, a physics student named Julian Von, I believe it's Abel. Abel was filmed shouting at a group of black students at 4 a.m. on Sunday. This is from Twitter. Here's the raw footage of a white male student at Columbia University saying whites built the modern world.
We built the modern world. We built the modern world. Europeans. Built the modern world. We invented science and industry. We invented science and industry, and you want to tell us to stop because, oh my God, we're so bad. We invented the modern world. I feel you. We invented the modern world. We saved billions of people from starvation. Are you joking?
So,
Where's my phone? It's like, you're fucked now. To be truth, hey, film it. Why not?
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, dude, are you all right?
Someone needs to stand up to all the people like yelling chat. I'm like, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. Okay. I'm gonna handle you now. Guys, get in line. You're next. Blah, 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 blah. Cut him in half. Next.
Malcolm X said the same thing about black people. I don't give a fuck. That's what he said.
But it's Malcolm. That's your guy, right? Malcolm X? No.
It's a guy near the wall.
No.
Like Will Smith in Fresh Prince. He had him on his wall in t-shirts. I win. I won. I did it.
Martin Luther King said, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. But apparently the FBI has him cheating on his wife and all that shit.
Yeah.
So, I like those words, but fuck him over there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. They take an individual as an individual rather than group association. I mean, if you can't see where I stand on these things,
Yeah.
then I don't know, maybe someday.
Or maybe he'll continue to have to like to rehashing old arguments he did like a month ago. It's like, oh, they'll still get him. It's like, no, we smacked that already. You know. Pause.
So I say we move on to the Owen Benjamin video. Get that timestamp. I'll wait till you get that ready before I explain.
150. 158. 45. Owen.
Alright, so this video I have not seen. I was just watching the first time I heard this guy, heard anything from this guy. It's just him, I guess it's a podcast, him just chilling in front of a piano, talking shit. It's like, oh, this is interesting. Then he was talking about God a lot, so I just YouTube searched Owen Benjamin God, and one of these videos popped up, and I guess we're going to react to it, because I've never seen this.
So, the point is Malcolm X is revered among blacks and white liberals. All of them.
So?
And I don't care.
It's like, so?
Yeah. So what? That means I win. I did it.
Like,
Checkmate. Checkmate, Jordan and James.
Matt, these arguments work against the dum-dums we talk about. The dum-dums we do videos on all the time. It works with them because they're into the revenge politics. They're into, well, what about this guy? He was on your team, wasn't he? And then it's like, oh, I guess he was. He won the argument. Here it's like, no, we're never on any of their teams. Who's that? Okay, I'll look into him. Oh, he's full of shit here, but I like this point here.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is Owen Benjamin, Gold, God, and Google. Triple G.
Darwin made humans animals, and Google made AI God. And this is a problem because determinism cannot factor in the soul or consciousness. For atheists can call it consciousness. Religious people can call it a soul. But it's that spark that makes human beings special.
Now,
Why do you always pause at weird, awkward moments?
yeah, it's a little hammered right there. But as far as determinism, when it comes to the ego, which is the thing I think he's talking about when he says you or I don't think he means this. I don't think it's the soul speaking. My personal opinion of that.
Yeah.
It is deterministic. It's determined by the soul, which you have not yet realized or observed to where you can say, I'm making these choices. Instead, it's really just layers of conditioning. Layers of conditioning that sound intricate and sound like, oh, it's like I heard a voice in the clouds. But it's really just another layer of the ego. Very possibly. It could also be the soul in a certain manner, but you'd have to really, I mean, I can't see myself team playing and say I understood my own soul at the same time. They don't go together.
And we have it. We're not just billiard balls on a pool table. We are the reflection of God, or if you're an atheist, you have consciousness. And when you don't empower the individual to be an individual, you don't innovate anymore, and you start seeing the world in a way that it isn't. And just like we saw with Elizabeth Warren, it bites you in the ass. One of the reasons I don't lie is it's half morality, but morality isn't as strong a force as it should be sometimes. But I know lies always come back, and they make you look ridiculous. And liars can't apologize for some reason. If you look at Hillary Clinton and all these people, they can't just say sorry and move on with their lives. Because once you've committed to the lie, you can't stop. Like Elizabeth Warren, it turned out she's 1/1000th possibly Colombian. Like, I'm more Native American. I'm more American Indian than she is, and I'm not American Indian. I'm very white. And she not only couldn't say sorry, she demanded Trump apologize because they're in a lie.
I agree. I say they're in the political game of
I'm not going to disregard the whole individual thing as far as giving them power to do whatever. It's like, oh, well, you get that from you. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. And a lot of this is
yourself. Yeah.
Is our fault as well, to allow our, as in society's fault, as in they allow things that are supposed to be about moral ideas, they allow it to be a popularity contest. Right? So if a guy fucked up in the past and he goes and he says all the right things, like in detail, very intricate, and explains every little thing of moral ideology and how it applies to politics and how it applies to society, but he has a dick pic that they recover and throw it on the screen. Like, oh, he had a dick pic. He sent it to his ex-girlfriend or whatever the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And then society's like, I can't vote for that guy. That's anti-Jesus. That's anti-Christ.
It's anti-Republican.
Yeah. And then it's like, is this a popularity contest or is this about doing what's right?
Well, it'd be wonderful to have a woman president.
that too. Identity politics falls into that category. It's like, fuck, man. So it's like, okay, if your thing is having a woman president is the best thing, and you're also basically saying you're not an individual and you're dictated by your genetics, congratulations. Now you have to adopt all the other ideologies surrounding that, as in race, and as far as race and behavior, genetics and behavior. You have to adopt a whole swell of other things in order to hold that one argument up. It's like, you're just going to end up with... That's how you end up with the revenge politics.
It's like... Wait till the load gets too heavy for you.
Alright. Gonna read?
Made them before we got here. Our path, but the free choice is ours to make. Amazing.
Talking about souls? It's hard to say made as much as it already was before. That's how I would say.
Well, it goes back, like, you people, it's not something you never knew, it's just you forgot. Well,
Yeah.
how about now?
That's where numbers really come into play. And numbers and symbols. Numbers are symbols, but that's where they really come into play. Right?
Yeah.
As much as 0 is 0, it works infinitely in either direction, positive and negative. So it's really like, well, what is 0? Right? If you look at it symbolically, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, 10 is just 1 with a 0 out in front. You see what I mean? So it looks like cycles.
Yeah.
And in terms of 20 and 30, all the way up to 100. Now it's 1 with 2 zeros behind it.
Yeah.
Is 0 really nothing, or is it just a cycle? Here's one cycle completed, and you get to 10. There's another cycle. You get up to 100.
Well,
There's another cycle.
Yeah, I get it.
And cycles like that.
It's nothing. No, it's to demonstrate the coming of something else and reverting back to it. So, the 7 will be a 0 eventually.
As a symbol? What?
It can be.
And you can play with numbers.
Well, it's
all
like,
day. They're symbols.
It's like here to here to here to here to end up here again.
Yeah.
Or not.
Right. It's all up to whoever, whatever, makes their own symbols. All right, continue.
And you see it when you're not in a lie, you can see it in other people very easily. And those people don't understand how easy it is for us mortals to see through their BS because they believe they're God. And so when you Google...
Real quick, I mean, I think the guy's a decent person, like trying to be a decent person and all that.
I would hope so.
I truly believe that. But, you know, if you have this type of understanding and ideas, like, you should be looking in all directions, not just the left or the mainstream Democratic politicians. They should expand all over. So I don't know why it seems hyper-focused on... It's almost like that idea, like, we just get rid of them, then everything will be better. And I hope he's not thinking from that perspective.
And Silicon Valley is currently living a lie that human beings are demographics, that human beings can be predicted, that human beings, they can make AI that knows us more than we know us. And there was a scene in House of Cards that I really liked in one season where the big data guy, the metadata guy, the one that represented the person that helped get Obama elected with big data, and he was crazy, but like funny, genius crazy, and he was like listening to jazz, and he's like, you can't predict jazz. Who could have predicted that would come? The arrogance that comes from thinking you can predict the future is a lot like the Philosopher's Stone and a lot of these things, alchemy, the things that used to drive Newton crazy. I was going to title this episode Gold, God, and Google, but I didn't. And I'll tell you why, because gold...
You did title it Gold, God, and Google.
But he put episode 141.
I didn't want to offend Triple G. I heard he punches hard.
Yeah. And he's nice about it.
And I can't hurt him back. What do I do?
Just hits him with a fucking lead pipe. It's like, John. John.
Newton became obsessed with gold because he couldn't make it. And that's one of the reasons...
who did what?
I didn't. And I'll tell you why. Because Newton became obsessed with gold because he couldn't make it. And that's one of the reasons... Newton was one of the people responsible for developing the idea of a gold-backed currency. Because Newton, a devout Christian and a physicist and a scientist, was trying to figure out how to make gold. The Philosopher's Stone, alchemy, you know? And he couldn't, so he realized it was stable. God is stable. God is God. You don't get to reinvent God. God isn't like a software update. It just is. Same with gold. And so the Philosopher's Stone became fiat currency. This is the interesting thing about wizardry. Wizardry is real. Spells are real. People can say words and people then can be shackled or set free. Rhetoric is spells. Like I was...
sorcery.
Someone's been listening to Michael Tessarian.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you use a word? You spell it.
No, it's... you've been listening to my rhymes and bars. You'll pay for your lack of vision and understanding the full episode content. Did you listen to 3 hours and 26 minutes of it? I bet you didn't. Did you hear my friend going, If you didn't, then you understand what I'm talking about, you little whiny pussy.
Alright.
Come on, that's fucking gold.
Watching
If you have lack of vision.
some wizard movie or something, and all these wizards were like practicing with all these gibberish words. And growing up, I always just thought it was make-believe, but it isn't. It's learning rhetoric. It's learning how to say the words. Like Barack Obama has...
Real quick, it's not simply just using words. There has to be a connection there, right? You can say all the words you want in front of a fucking, I don't know, Mexican immigrant who speaks zero English.
Yeah.
He's not going to understand what the fuck you're saying, so you can't cast a spell on him. What you have to do is what corporations do, which is they buy up culture. Oh, thank you. And they sell it back for double the price.
Just looks at him. This is about what your soul's worth, right? Thank you.
It's like, you guys want peace, right?
Peace.
Okay, let me buy some peace up.
No, you just open that fucking little like briefcase, turn it over. It's like fucking all of them are Benjamins. Peace, right? Right?
It's like, oh, okay. They buy up the idea of peace. And what they do is they sell it back attached to war. And they tell you war is peace. Here, buy this back, America.
See,
you want peace here? We need to blow these guys up over here.
See, you won't have peace unless someone dies.
Yes.
Just like we won't be able to do these videos unless someone died.
It makes sense somehow.
Like the MMA trainers, you know.
Yeah.
After the win.
You look like a subtitle thing.
I know.
Alright. I do wonder how many actually understand the magic. It depends on what kind you mean. I mean, in a way, like the Michael Tessarian idea of sorcery, it's basically what I was saying, where you buy up culture and sell it back in a different way. You start slowly changing the meaning of it. Then people start like, oh, that's what it really means? They start adopting to that. And then there's the woo-woo magic, which is, I would say, and can say, is definitely real, but not in the, charmed Alice in Wonderland looking magic.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Where you wave a wand and sparks start flying and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, in a different way, but
you'll pay for your lack of infidel. Magic is real.
Had speeches that made me cry with hope. Barack Obama is a liar and a charlatan. And there's been times when the way he says words and the way that he would use these uplifting speech patterns, I would feel hope and strong emotions of love towards him. And then it would disappear, just like how spells work.
That's called conditioning. Where you like I said, they buy up culture and sell it back to you. It's like, what do people want? They want hope and change? I'll sell it back to them with this image attached to it.
Yeah.
I'll use my face and sell that image of hope and change to them. So now they'll associate those things together. What they really want is the actual thing. Right? Yeah. What they're attaching to hope and change in their minds is this peaceful utopian world where things doesn't have to be utopian, but where things get better socially, and they attach it to that idea, and this guy adopts the idea, and now they think this guy will bring that, better world.
He'll do it. It'll be him. Like, the town's gonna be on fire in 3, 2, 4.
If you break your conditioning by first starting with, what do you know and what don't you know? Then you can simply say, well, I'm here to bring hope and change. You say, I don't know that. Now you're starting off, there is no spell or no magic or, what's the other word, sorcery being done to you.
Sorcery.
Right?
There is no wand waving here.
You instantly break conditioning as soon as you start with those two principles.
Yeah.
They're gone immediately.
Now press play.
And that is a skill. And it's the same with fiat currency. They made gold out of nothing. Like this has no value at all.
Why don't we?
This is nothing. This is a spell. And so that's why gold and God are so necessary, because you can't just invent things. There are real truths in this world that can't be manipulated by wizards. And Google is now in the wizard business. And so it may be 5 years, it may be 100 years. I have no idea. But if you look at the top companies in the world, decade for decade, you go back 20 years, you don't recognize half the companies. You go back 50 years, you start laughing. You go back 100 years, there's very few companies that still exist. These giant quote-unquote monopolies don't last unless you have socialism. That's why they're trying to implement socialism, because they can't survive on their own. So what is the individual on the internet? Blockchain is almost like DNA for the internet, where you become, like, you have a strain that's unique to you, and it's decentralized. Because what Google is trying to do is the walled garden. Eden, that's what Eden means, right? So they're trying to have these giant walls around their metadata, this valuable data that they think will give them, they're literally figuratively eating the apple right now from the tree of knowledge. They're trying to become God. They're trying to predict human behavior.
A decent metaphor. Might be leaning too much towards literal readings of the Bible or whatever. Fuck.
Leaning too much.
But what I definitely hear is a sort of a high relation to the conspiracy shit I've heard before.
Oh, I've heard this before, definitely.
Yeah, like about the Federal Reserve and all that.
The government's trying to predict our next movement.
That's what makes me. It's like, I see potential when I see this guy.
Oh, sure. It shows me potential that someone sees something that's wrong and acts upon it.
Right?
You'll pay for it.
It's like looking at someone's beginning steps, and when you first start getting into certain things, you want to yell at everyone, like, guys, this is what's going on. Money's not backed by anything. This and this and that and that. They're lying to us. Like that's what it seems like.
Well, it's basically someone that sees. From what I see, it's like someone sees something that's wrong, and they're going out in the streets going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Now, what probably sucks for him, it doesn't suck, but it might suck, is that he's probably somewhat famous.
Yeah.
And now he has people, they hear what he's saying, can latch onto it, and say, okay, you got to check out this idea next. Instead of something that might be healthy for him in particular, it's just more typical right-wing sounding points.
It's like stunted growth.
Yeah.
So it's, in a way, it's like, when I heard Colin Kaepernick had got into an argument with a friend, it's like, what are you talking about, man? It's like, as simple as it sounds, it's like knocking on the door of an idea. And what idea is that? Oh, there's something wrong here. We should do something about it. We're not there yet, but we're knocking on the door of that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my way in.
Mm-hmm.
So again, then people are going to come around and say, okay, I'm Nike, you're Colin. Listen, Colin. I love your message, kid. I really do. Listen, imagine Colin Kaepernick sportswear. Freedom.
Well, I don't know about Colin Kaepernick, but
what I mean is,
I think this guy will be lumped in and associated with like an Alex Jones or Stephen Molyneux, those types.
But what I mean is, it's like someone that's attempting to do something, and then someone comes along the way. It's like, all right, all of our ideas are going to come over here, and we don't know if you're ready to combat them. Are you ready? Go.
And yeah,
presenting next.
And
are you ready?
And then these guys start sounding basically like the corporations.
Sure.
They buy up something that got you successful, as far as it's like, oh man, this guy's really countercultural.
Yeah.
I like what he's doing. Then they bring him on to whatever channel. Yeah. You're like, he's a true patriot, true freedom fighter.
Exactly.
And all those ideas of Alex Jones start lumping in with him, and now he might not criticize him out loud like he might have before, to where he's not associated with guys like that. It's like, it's like, hey, he seems alright, but this idea here is whack.
Yeah.
Now it might be like, I don't want to talk about this guy or whatever. I don't know. It just seems like that.
Hopefully it doesn't become presenting the new Alex Jones Nike 7s.
Yeah.
Get your conspiracy on in stores October 4th.
Tanya says, true magic has been hijacked. That's why I stopped speaking on summits. Very possible.
Kevin Miller.
There's definitely guys I've seen where it's like, he seems kind of suspect.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Back to Kevin Millar. Come on,
the reason everything Google is free isn't because they're not greedy little wizards. It's because when it's free, more people engage, and they just want to know everything about you and how you interact and what you click on and who you talk to and what words you use. And it all gets cranked into this giant algorithm, that I've called mother algorithm in dystopian jokes. And it doesn't work. AI is still just a tool. Like the human brain, all these fetuses and babies that are being aborted are more miraculous than anything Google will ever make ever. Like if
I semi-agree with that. Because, okay, first of all, you'd be boxing things in to say, okay, unpredictability, creativity, things like that are more valuable than, like, shit, I just made a robot do the ABCs in front of me or something. Mm-hmm. So, that's all perspective, I guess. I think the right answer would be that they're all miraculous, but not for 1 second am I going to put, robots as being superior and
fuck
whatever.
No.
Or I'm going to try to transfer my body into a robot's body.
No.
Or transfer my mind into a robot's body or whatever. Other thing I wanted to add, which would support my idea that, okay, I think he's an honest guy. He's really trying to do something. Mm-hmm. Is when we were listening before, he talked about his tickets and all that.
Yeah.
It's like, I always kept my tickets at like $20 so that I know a lot of people can get in there. Not just charge $500 for a ticket and know only a certain type of group of people will be in there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. When you see someone that's early in like I think in the childish type of steps is the trying not to be corrupt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just being morally good, it's trying not to be corrupt or be seen as corrupt. So I respect that.
Gets walked a lot too. Yeah, good hitter.
Broke the curse and everything.
Yeah, he did. Got that walk. Pinch in.
All right.
If one of these locations was to be destroyed, people at Google would weep at the loss of all the data, of all the algorithms, of all the AI.
Check out the numbers.
Yeah, I think they'd be like, we're rich anyways. Roll over and I'm like, it's my new plan to take over the world.
Maybe in the lower levels, the guy that worked on it.
What's plan B for taking over the world?
The guys that worked on it's like, fuck no!
Yeah, those guys. Yeah.
The corporate CEOs are like, they just look out the window with their you know, they go like this, they go. Next.
Brad, call those guys into my office. Also, is that trap door built yet? Okay.
Yeah. Like,
Johnny, Jimmy, nice to see you guys.
Mr. Williams, your mother's on the line. It's her last moments.
Tell her I'm busy. Looks out the window again. It's like,
yeah. That's nothing compared to the mind of a baby, compared to the human mind. You can't replicate this. You can't replicate the creativity, the seeing patterns where you can't make that.
I think it's a lack of like
you
words.
can,
You know what I mean?
yeah, you can replicate the brain. I think at some point in the future they could replicate
Well, the brain to me is a motor,
but they can't replicate a person.
No.
As far as their consciousness and why is this more important than this? Why do I look this way?
Again, it's like you have a car, right? Everything built around the car, the body, the motor, the brain, then who's driving the car?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
And we're now seeing it. So Marxists always believe that that which is all there is. Marxists are self-absorbed, and they have a belief that the last things take place in their own lifetime.
Generalizing.
And that's the thing I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's like Marxist.
Hmm? It's like, okay.
How come I've heard that idea? Obviously, I heard the conspiracy stuff too. But it's like, interesting.
It's like, okay.
Marxist, I thought it was about good versus evil. I thought that was the big battle.
Okay, Marxism, okay. Is evil?
Holy shit, guys. Oh, that was the funniest thing ever.
Holy shit.
Like, holy shit, guys.
And there's no more to discover. And that's why I don't believe we're in the end times biblically either, because I think that's a cop-out. I think that's a cop-out to the responsibilities that we have to fight evil and to be good and to raise our children and to just be the warriors that we have to be in life. I think if we think it's the end times, it's almost like a way to get away with stuff.
Can you imagine? Angels.
I think that there's going to be many, many, many generations after us, and we are just another generation on this planet trying to do good and trying to raise our children and trying to pull food from the earth. And it's humbling to realize that. But we're not in the end times, and Marx was wrong.
Kanye West becoming a bear. All right.
I have no idea.
Well.
Any last comments on Mr. Benjamin?
Can you imagine? It's like Superman's like, I defeated Lex Luthor. Next, Marxism.
Yeah, it's like those don't work well together with the good and evil, and then Marxism. It's like what? It's like we need to fight the battle of good and evil. First things first, the Yankees must beat the Red Sox. Let's go.
I got called a Yank yesterday. Fucking Yank.
Yeah, shit happens.
It's just funny. Alright.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. I think there's another comment. Damn, 2 hours. Tiny says I'm good. What, like delayed?
Huh?
What?
It's Matt Hardy.
Ah. Yeah, it looks like a Nazi salute. A little bit.
Nazi is like
I'll edit
that.
I'll edit that out.
Nazi's like that. Delete is this.
Yeah, I might,
Yeah, you know what?
I think I'm gonna do is just, chop that one part out and then...
It's out! What are you talking about? You know, fucking
the Nazi national anthem and then...
okay, alright.
Upload it to Twitter and YouTube.
Okay, alright. Don't worry. Don't worry.
That'll get us attention.
Don't worry.
But, yeah, 2 hours, Levi. 2 hours plus. 2.5 hours. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you feel like, if you made it this far. There are timestamps. Not that you would hear this if you stopped watching already. Please subscribe if you feel like. Always comment. And as always, give this video a thumbs down.
That was